Okay, Yelp is usually my friend. Well, I love Yelp. You know, good reviews by good people. And I was a little bit hesitant about following computer reviews because a lot of people, while they might have got their computer fixed, sometimes they're not exactly computer geniuses. But I trusted the Yelp reviews and I went with Computechs Plus. Now, this is funny because several weeks ago I gave them my computer. This is a computer that had the screen bent and it cracked. The rest of the computer was fine. Eventually the case did bend a little bit with the computer. But essentially I used this computer for well over a year. And eventually I'm like, you know what, I'm sick of using an external monitor. I'm going to get this thing fixed. So I look around, find the Yelp review, give them a call. They come to pick up the computer. It's actually on when they come downstairs. They give me this form. And I say, well, what exactly is this form about? He goes, well, with all of our customers, we look for any spyware, we clean their computer. It's essentially just giving us permission to go into your computer and clean it and make sure we're fixing absolutely everything for you to get it back in the best condition. And I'm like, all right. Because he was standing there, kind of tapping his foot. So we're in the lobby. The computer's still on. Close it up. Sign the form without reading it. Which was, a little bit dense on my part. But, I'm just a really trusting person. And, sometimes it doesn't really work out for you in this world. Anyways, I get a call back, and the guy's very cheerful, and he says, we fixed your monitor. The monitor's installed. And I go, okay, all right. And then he goes, but your logic board's broken. And I go, what? What? I gave you a working computer. And he goes, well, okay, well, I'll just let me look up and see how much that thing costs to fix, okay? It'll be $300 to $550 for the part. What? No comprende. So he's telling me that they replaced the screen, and when they turned on the computer, the computer wouldn't turn on. They were getting the Mac screen of death, the equivalent of the Windows blue screen of death. And I'm thinking, something's not quite right here. They're thinking that I gave them a broken computer in the first place. Well, that's what they're telling me. But tell me, sir, why exactly would I give you my computer to get the screen fixed when the logic board is broken? Because obviously I need a nice shiny new screen when I can't turn on my own computer. Sorry, no. Technically, they're claiming that they didn't even turn on the computer before installing the monitor, which seems pretty much unheard of. So they're telling me that I have to pay for this and that it's my fault and that they don't know that the computer was working when they gave it to me. Even though when the gentleman came to pick up the computer, I was on it and shutting it down to hand it to him. Now, I have a little bit of a problem with this, and I think you can see why, especially because this computer, it served me well for so long. It's not an old computer either. The computer screen broke shortly after I got the computer. So, and then I wait a couple weeks, and they call me back, and he's telling me, there's nothing we can do. We think this is your fault. We don't feel this is our fault. And he went as far to say that their techs have never made a mistake. Never made a mistake. You know what? I've done computer tech work. I'm not a Mac person. I know I probably could have installed the screen myself, but I thought, you know what? I'm just going to leave it up to the professionals, right? Because, I know my stuff with PCs, know my stuff with the internet, but, sometimes it just feels better to just let someone else take over. What a mistake. It's astonishing how somebody could remove all liability and still be able to sleep at night. So essentially, they're going to return the computer back to me with the broken screen and the broken logic board, which they broke. And in the meantime, when they were trying to fix it, they actually told me that they went through my hard drive and they threatened me because they found illegal torrents. And they said my OS X was illegal. And I guarantee you that it's the same version of OS X that came with the computer. Didn't upgrade it. So they were trying to blackmail me with the fact that there were torrents on the computer. I haven't used this computer like, personally. Like, it has been in use within my household. So the computer was used, literally, for a year and 3 months since the screen cracked, on a daily basis, until it was handed to them and then mysteriously broke. They did work on it without turning on the computer. It just doesn't really seem right. I think Computech Plus are scam artists. I think they tell people, oh, this was broken on your computer. And people go, oh, so much thank you for finding this problem. I don't know what I would ever do without you, and scam them out of their money. I think they broke it, and somebody just doesn't want to fess up. It'll make them look bad. Because you know what? If in their 15 years of business, they haven't broke one thing and their techs have never made a mistake, I think that's more like their techs have never disclosed a mistake. So, Computechs Chicago, stay away. I'm getting a computer back from them with $550 more damage than I gave it to them with. Absolutely ridiculous. The gentleman was rude to me on the phone, pretty much laughed in my face, said that they weren't liable, and threatened me legally because he said that my version of OS X wasn't legal. Ridiculous. Confidentiality? No. They were going through my files. Is that necessary to fix the logic board? Is it necessary to go through my entire hard drive and weed through all the contents? I don't think so. I think these are some very, very, very shady people. And I would not recommend them to anybody. I just moved into my apartment, so pardon the mess. But I just need to get the word out there as quick as possible. When I get the laptop back, I'm going to do a detailed review. I'm going to print everything out. And they even went as far as saying to me, this problem could happen at any time. In fact, Apple knows it's quite a problem, and you know, even if it did happen under our supervision, it's not our fault. It's not our fault. It's never their fault. So, Computech Plus in Chicago, thumbs down. Scammers. I'll do a more in-depth blog on this when I get back to it, but what a headache. You guys have my computer for almost a month. You give it back to me destroyed. You know, I would get a lawyer involved if I just didn't think that it would be better, instead of just getting my money, what I really want is to make sure nobody else has this happen to them. So, please vote on the video, because, like, it's extremely tragic. Because I only have 2 MacBooks. One of them, the screen got cracked. My second one that I just got in the summer, I got in a car accident. Car rolled. Got a big scar on my face here that you can't really see because I covered up with a little bit of makeup. You can see it a bit. My MacBook hit me in the face. So I had much luck with my MacBooks. And then to have this happen is absolutely tragic. It's sad. So, please vote the video. Please leave comics. And put out the word Computechs Plus in Chicago sucks. See you, YouTube. Made share.